You're listening to Combat Radio with Ethan Dettenmeyer, right here on LA Talk Radio.
Nice.
Look at that.
All right.
Sweet.
Time to start this bit of craziness. Welcome to another episode of Combat Radio, the train wreck that is, well, Combat Radio. You can follow us on Twitter. Nobody really does. But
Are you
for those...
kidding? You're the king of Twitter, I must say.
How can you say that? Yeah, you know what? You know who doesn't? Let me just... you're on double secret probation, because you were the guys that got me into this, and you guys never fucking touch the thing.
That's not true.
Oh,
I touch it once a week.
Oh, yeah. What does that count for? What does that count for?
You are the king. I mean, every time I get 1,000 tweets from you.
Who are you?
And you know what
I'm
you do?
Dean
And
Hagler,
you're good at ignoring every single one of those tweets. Let's go around the room real quick. If you're a fan of the X-Files, you certainly know who this guy is, Mr. Dean Hagler, one of our favorites.
Thank you very much. Great to be back.
Yes,
Here I am. I'm promising I'm going to tweet more.
Yeah, would you please?
You know what? I think it's my my
I'm going to put on
program.
a follow you.
Yeah, I got Twitter later, which is like some stupid app that I find very hard to work with. So maybe it's my app that I'm blaming.
You know what? I love how the technical excuses just go around the room. Also with us is one of our all-time favorites, producer Phil Lernis.
Producer Phil Lernis.
I am independent filmmaker Phil Lernis, certified violence prevention specialist,
Yes.
rock on tour, podiatrist to the stars.
Sheriff.
Dean Hagland, for you to be blaming an app when you are one of the lone gunmen.
Ouch.
I know.
That's
How the mighty have
The
fallen.
nonsense we have to put up with.
right.
Also with us for the start of the show is one of our Combat Radio favorites. You can catch him doing a Spalding Gray type monologue show coming up on the 29th.
Yeah,
Mr.
really,
Eric Mark.
Spoken word. Thanks. Good to be back on.
Is it
Combat
spoken
Radio.
word? Like, are you going to be banging like a djembe?
No, I'll be speaking words.
You'll be
So-
speaking.
Speaking words, much like we do
so
here.
that's what you mean by the spoken
Yeah.
word part of it. So it's a musical performance.
Exactly.
With dance.
and mime.
Keeping the scene alive.
Look at that.
Oh man, hilarious! But yeah, it's nice to get Phil Lernis out of the
Spoken
Pegu
mime.
Club in the Malaysian. What is it? You got your
Pegu Club, yeah.
with your secret Malaysian investors.
Malaysian investors.
And many of you know we're getting ready to start. The Truth is Out There too, and I'm actually thrilled to say that Combat Radio is a part of this production. So if you don't see this movie, well, you're very uncool.
That's right. You'll upset Ethan.
Yeah,
No, that's
and
it.
you don't want that.
Yeah, you don't want the wrath of Ethan coming down if you don't want
They don't call me Staff Sergeant Barnes at Warner Brothers because I'm so fucking nice.
He will tweet you mercilessly, shaming you into viewing. The Truth is Out There too, one viewer at a time.
You are doomed.
Doomed with the bevy, the blizzard of tweets.
Yes, you are. In fact, I'm just for everyone listening, I'm gonna actually put a tweet out there telling everyone to follow you, just so they can get actually no response from you like I do, and we're all in the same boat together.
You know I'm responding to you in kind. I feel it. I'm like, I nod appreciatively on a tweet.
That's actually not in kind. By the way, to respond in kind means to do what they're doing.
Oh, yeah,
Back
right.
to them. Yeah.
Right. So I'm just nodding appreciatively, silently. You know, there is no
You're
nod
tweeting
tweet.
on the inside where it counts.
That's right. I tweet on the inside.
Hey, I want you guys to both know that I put a lot of planning into this show.
Oh, you did?
By watching an episode of Ancient Aliens last night.
Which one was that?
The very first one. I'm trying to earn
yeah,
my
yeah.
degree in ancient alien theory.
Oh, fantastic. I was up at 6 a.m. today watching History 2, UFOs in the Bible.
And what does your research tell you?
Elijah went up in a chariot of fire. Well, that's all I'm saying.
I love that Chariots of Fire.
That's my favorite movie.
So good.
Yeah.
We have been immersing ourselves in research about ancient aliens and all things ancient mystery for Truth is Out There, Ancient Mysteries. Because when we were making The Truth is Out There, which is 90% contemporary society and how conspiracies and conspiracy theories affect us in contemporary life, obviously, many of these stories lent themselves to a long view of history, and we decided that for the sake of having a movie that wasn't 9 hours long, and for the sake of allowing easier access for some people who might be overwhelmed by such a long view of history, we would stick in that film with more contemporary events.
Right.
We're inverting that structure for the next one, where it will be 10% contemporary, 90% ancient mysteries.
Ancient. So we'll be brushing up on our history.
And one of the things, as you know, Ethan, later on today's show, we're all going to be breaking into Area 51. And one of the things we've learned is that what's going on in Area 51 ties in very much to ancient aliens, to ancient Egypt,
Yes.
to Iraq, the
There's a
reasons we went
Stargate
into
there?
Iraq, maybe even to World War II. So many things tie in, and we'll find that out when we...
Well, I think as we all know, and Eric Mark here might concur with this, that it's not really Area 51 that should be the focal point. It's the secret Area 52 that nobody knows about.
That nobody knows
Well,
about.
that's S4, as we know. S4, which is the really top secret experimental lab just outside the Area 51, because the people at Area 51 don't have enough clearance for S4.
So you graduate through the clearance levels. You get
do.
clearance to Area 51, and then if you're super cool, you get clearance to Area 52.
It's much like how you graduate from spoken mime into spoken word.
You have to work your way up.
I do feel the kinship to these guys in S4.
Did you start in spoken mime? I didn't know. I took 2 years of mime.
Did you really?
I did.
You were a mime? You know who else was a mime?
14 years old. I was doing mime.
Hey, show us something now. Do
Okay,
for the radio.
It's great. Yeah, it's great radio. Do
Here
a
I
mime.
am, sitting
Where
in
can people find The Truth Is Out There, incidentally?
people can find...
Not from you on Twitter. They're not going to find out about that.
Okay, you know what? That's it. You've shamed me into tweeting more. I'm going to tweet right now.
Well, actually, I just shot one out on your behalf. And,
Really?
You know, if you want to actually know what it
I
says.
retweeted you, actually, just a half an hour ago.
Basically said, follow these guys and see what, if anything, happens.
So what you may, if you follow Dean Haglund on Twitter at @DHaglund, you may be able to find out soon that The Truth Is Out There is available at truth-is-out-there.com. If you go to the website, you can learn all about the film. You can see the trailer. You can find out where it will be playing.
Yes.
In your area.
In your area.
Yes, your area.
Because we
I'm
go
talking
on
to
the
you.
road and show this movie around.
We do. And it's available in DVD, 2-disc collector's edition.
What's on the collector's
DVD.
edition?
Oh, my goodness.
80 minutes. 80 extra minutes.
It's like a second movie.
It's like a second movie.
So we're really doing The Truth Is Out There 3. If we were Lucas, we would have already packaged this and be
you're
working
right.
on a 3D pass.
3D pass.